719 football teams began the season across Ohio back in August with the goal of making the playoffs, and now 224 of them can say they have met that goal.
Hey guys, you are listening to the Mid-State League Weekly. This will be the playoff edition pregame show. Hey, my name is Willie Stimmons. Thank you guys for jumping on board. I know it's early in the morning, but got to get this out. It's 9:52 Eastern Time, Columbus, Ohio time. So, here we go. This is your pregame edition. We're going to be looking at Harvest Prep and Hannibal River. And, it just come down to this. I mean, it's all hands on deck now. I mean, it's win, you're in, you lose, you go home. So the regular season was a success, but the real challenge begins, tonight at 7 p.m. or 7:30 in the post game. This is the postseason. Anything can happen in the playoffs. So this is why the Hannibal River Pilots, which comes in at 6-4, comes into the first round expecting a victory over 9-1 Harvest Prep. They're expecting a victory over 9-1 Harvest Prep, despite the fact that Harvest Prep is projected to win the game by a whopping margin. That's what they predict. Hannibal River needs to watch out for Harvest Prep, since Prep has posted a big point total in the previous 9 matchups. The playoffs are an interesting time of the year, as 7 teams in Division 7 will fulfill the most ambitious goal in winning the state championship, while the other 223 teams in the playoffs will end their season with a loss. But this matchup is no different, as the winner will continue in the playoff run, while the loser will end the 2017 campaign season with a loss. With the Hannibal River Pilots, one of the top teams in Division 7, comes into the game ranked 31st, while the Warriors, on the other hand, come to this contest ranked 13 in Division 7. But both teams did not appear on each other's schedule in last year, which presents a degree of unpredictability. So, basically, I don't know too much about Hannibal River. Didn't watch them this year, so, it's unpredictable. Usually, matchups from previous years are usually in developing a strategy for upcoming games. For these two teams, no such opportunity will be afforded. Let's deal with Hannibal River. Hannibal River comes into the game on a 2-game winning streak after last week's 43-15 win against the Frontier Cougars. They are 6-4, and they look to continue the positive momentum, while the Hannibal River Pilots, having been the most high-powered offense throughout the year, they have been improving week to week. But in the last 4 weeks, they have only averaged 37.2 points per game, up from last season, which they averaged 30.7 points a game, which ranked 29th in the Division 7. And they aren't a top defense in terms of points allowed per game, but they have given up less than in recent weeks. Hannibal River, while they rank 58 in their division on the season with a 29.4 point allowed per game, they've given up an improved average of 21 points over the last 2 games. So the Hannibal River Pilots looking to come in to pull up the upset against Harvest Prep. On the other hand, Harvest Prep is no stranger to winning recently, as they come off a 7-game winning streak, including last week's 90-7 shellacking over Fairfield Christian Knights. That brings the Prep Warriors record up to 9-1, as they look to add another notch in their belt in this column. Thus far, the Harvest Prep Warriors offense have averaged 54.8 points per game offensively, which ranks first in the state. They can throw up numbers real quick, so look out for the Harvest Prep offense. In recent weeks, they've been even more powerful, scoring an average of 81 points per game over the last 2 weeks. On defense, they've been just as strong as the offense. The defense only allowed 14.6 points per game over the course of the season. Their defense ranked 13th in their division, Division 7, over the past 7 weeks. They've been even more proficient, giving up only just 11 points per game. So here you have a matchup between Harvest Prep and Hannibal River. Teams never face each other. Expect the unexpected. You never know what's going to happen, but this is playoff football. This what makes it exciting. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to give you my keys to the game. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmich.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association licenses over 16,000 officials in 16 different sports.
OHSAA officials are parents, teachers, police officers, firefighters, homemakers, engineers, and bus drivers.
Officiating gives us a chance to give back and support kids across the state of Ohio.
It's a tough job, but we love what we do.
Okay, guys, we're back, and I'm going to give you the keys to the game. This is the Mid-State League Weekly Playoff Preview Edition. My name is Willie Stimmich. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's get it. First of all, on offense, can Harvest Prep impose its will offensively against the Hannibal River defense? But can they do it? They have done it. I just read you the numbers, so they have been really successful on defense. Defense don't get that much credibility because of Dan Bagur on offense, but they got some studs on defense, so they can really stack that defense up pretty good, and I think they can impose their will. They can on the offense, can they run the ball well? They have to run the ball well. They have to build an early lead. I mean, blow the doors off these guys. Just put them to bed early, and then you eliminate some of your injuries to your players. You need to create big plays. Harvest Prep has been successful with getting chunks of yardage in the ground game. So, and they have the prolific running back, one of the top runners in the nation, Dan Bagur. You get Dan off early. This is my next point. Set the tone early. Get Dan the ball early. Let him get into beast mode. Let him do what he do best, and that's run the ball. Run that no huddle, no hurry up offense. Don't give the defense time to set up and get into position. Win on the early downs. Move the chains. I mean, keep the chains moving. And then you can actually score at will on these guys. I mean, these are my offensive keys to the game. You have to impose your will on these guys. You have to. Can Harvest Prep impose its will offensively? I mean, can they really do what they want to do against this defense? You have to run the ball well. You have to build an early lead. I mean, you never know. It could be weather conditions. You never know what's going to happen in the second half. I mean, build that lead up real quick, and enough can be said about this. I mean, we can just go and put these guys to bed early. On the defensive side, we got to take away Rivers' passing attack. I mean, that, with Janai French in the middle, you got Isaiah coming off the edges, and Jeffrey Ray. These guys need to just take away the passing attack, and don't kill yourself on special teams. Kickoff return, watch the penalties and stuff like that. eliminate the penalties. I mean, holdings, delay of games, and stuff like that. Watch the play clock. I mean, I don't know if we have a play clock, but, know what you're going to do what you're going to do, and do it efficiently. Janai, Kalen, Daquan, Jeffrey, Rasan, watch for the deep ball, and don't get fooled by some of these trick plays that these guys come up with. Some of the key players to watch: Moses Davis must be smart with the football. He could be a dual threat quarterback if he has to. I mean, this guy can run, this guy can pass. So be smart with the football. Must be smart on your play calling. I know the coaching staff does an excellent job with these guys. Isaiah Mullen, he needs to play big. I mean, this is a Wisconsin recruit, and he needs to show that he's a Wisconsin recruit. He needs to just run these. He needs to bull rush these guys. He needs to come off the edges, get to the quarterback. I mean, quickly. Get Savon Mitchell involved early. Man, Savon is great in space. A little slant pass the guy can make. He can make a lot happen in space. Get this guy the ball early. Get him in space. Dan Bagura, let Dan be Dan. Let Dan do his thing. Dad has proven in the past 2 years, you know what it is. I mean, I don't have to explain to you. If you've been to Harvard's Prep game, you know what it is. I mean, even against non-conference teams, he still do what he does best, and that's run that rock. I mean, he could do it. My X factor is Javon Eggert. Man, this guy surprised me last week with 133 yards rushing, and you get him in space, and he could create a lot. And this guy could create a lot. He could be my X factor. He could be my sleeper that guys don't look forward to. He could be the sleeper. So these are my keys to the game. On offense, Harvard's Prep has to impose this will on these guys. They have to create big plays. They have to set the tone early. You got to get Dan off early. No huddle offense. Wear that defense down. Move the chains. Just keep it moving. So good luck to the Prep Warriors tonight, and hopefully they can pull this one out. So tonight's game, 7:30 p.m. Here's your Division 7 matchups. Danville versus Bishop Rosecrans tonight. Lucas will be taking on Trimble. Waterford will be taking on Sciotoville East. And Hannibal River will be taking on Harvest Prep. So with that being said, guys, we have another matchup, I think, in the Mid-State League. As Bishop Rosecrans will be taking on Danville. So Bishop Rosecrans is representing the Mid-State League. So kudos to Bishop Rosecrans. Hope they pull out the win tonight and move on to the next round. So will Harvest Prep come out tonight, 7:30 p.m. At Jack Johnson Field. That's 4595 Gender Road if you in the Columbus, Ohio area. And come out check out the nation's leading rusher. I mean, come check out Harvest Prep at large. Guys, with that being said, I am on my way to the game tonight, 7:30 p.m. Hope to see you there. This has been the Mid-State League Weekly Playoff Edition. My name is Willie Stemage.